Hey everyone, welcome to Real Talk English, the podcast where you learn real English from real conversations, not from textbooks, not from grammar rules, from real talk.
Yes, this is the place where English feels natural, easy, and actually useful for your daily life.
I'm Olivia.
And I'm David.
So, David, how are you today? Did you have a good morning?
Honestly, a little slow. I made coffee and then I just sat there for 10 minutes doing nothing.
Just sitting?
Just sitting, staring at the wall. Very productive.
I think we all need that sometimes. I had the opposite morning. I woke up, my phone had 50 notifications, and I felt tired before the day even started.
50 notifications? That sounds like stress.
It was. But now I'm here, talking with you and our listeners, and I feel much better.
Same. This always feels good, like sitting down with friends.
Yes, exactly. Okay, before we start today's topic, we want to say something to our listeners.
Yes. If you are new here, welcome. This podcast is for English learners who are tired of studying but not improving.
And if you enjoy this episode, please subscribe and share it with one friend who is also learning English.
Especially that friend who says, "My English is okay," but gets nervous the moment a native speaker talks to them.
We all know that feeling.
Sometimes it's us.
Yes, sometimes it's definitely us. Okay, let's get into today's topic.
Today, we are talking about something very important. Why your English is not getting better. And more importantly, the simple fix.
This is a question so many learners have. They study for months, sometimes years, and still feel stuck.
Stuck. Remember that word. Stuck means you cannot move forward, like your foot is in mud.
I feel stuck with my English. That is a sentence you can use.
And if you have ever felt that, today's episode is for you.
Okay, David, let's start with reason number 1. Why do so many people study English for a long time, but still feel stuck?
Good question. I think the biggest reason is this. They are studying English, but they are not using English.
Ah, that sounds simple, but it's so true.
There is a big difference between studying and using. Think about swimming.
Okay, I'm listening.
You can read every book about swimming. You can watch videos of Olympic swimmers for 100 hours. You can learn the names of every swimming style.
Butterfly, freestyle, backstroke.
Exactly. But if you never get in the water, you cannot swim.
You will know a lot about swimming, but you will still sink.
Exactly. English is the same. You can study grammar for years. You can memorize hundreds of words. But if you never open your mouth and use the language, you will not improve.
I have a friend like this. She studied English in school for 6 years. 6 years!
That's a long time.
Yes, she passed every test. Good grades, perfect scores on paper.
Sounds impressive.
But one day, a tourist stopped her on the street and asked for directions. Very simple question. Just, "Excuse me, where is the train station?"
And what happened?
She froze completely. Her mind went blank. She could not say one word.
Froze. That's our next word. When you freeze, you stop completely, usually from stress or surprise.
I freeze when someone speaks English too fast. That is a sentence you can use.
So what did your friend do?
She just pointed. Like this. No words. Just a finger pointing down the street.
Poor tourist.
The tourist said thank you and walked away. And my friend called me immediately and said, "Olivia, I need to actually speak English, not just study it."
That is the moment so many learners need.
That moment of, oh, I need to actually use this language.
And the fix is simple. Not easy, but simple.
What is the fix?
Use English for 5 minutes every day. That's it.
5 minutes sounds small.
It is small, but it is powerful. You can talk to yourself in the mirror. You can record a voice note on your phone. You can describe what you see around you right now in English.
Right now, I see a table, a cup of coffee, and a window with some clouds outside.
Perfect. That is using English. Simple, real, and it trains your brain to think in English, not translate from your language.
Translate. That's something many learners do. They think in their own language first, then translate to English.
And that makes everything slow and difficult.
When you use English every day, even for 5 minutes, your brain slowly stops translating. It starts thinking directly in English.
And that is when everything becomes easier and more natural.
Beautiful. Okay, what is reason number 2?
Reason number 2, you are waiting to be ready.
Oh, that one hurts a little.
Oh, yes, it does. Many learners say, I will speak English when my grammar is perfect. Or I will start conversations when I know more words.
I will do it when I am ready.
But the problem is that day never comes because you never feel ready.
That's so true. I remember when I started learning a new skill. Not English, but something else. I kept saying, I'm not ready yet. I need to practice more first.
And what happened?
Months passed. I kept preparing and preparing, but I never started. One day a friend said to me, David, you're not preparing to start. You are using preparation to avoid starting. Wow, that is a strong sentence. It changed my thinking completely. You are using preparation to avoid starting. That is something many English learners do without knowing it. They feel safe studying because when you study, you cannot make mistakes. Nobody hears you. But when you speak, people hear you, and maybe you make a mistake, and that feels scary.
Fear of mistakes. That is the real reason many learners wait to feel ready.
So, what can we do about this fear?
I think we need to change how we see mistakes.
Yes. Think about a baby learning to walk.
Okay, a baby?
A baby falls down maybe 100 times before it can walk.
At least 100 times.
Does the baby feel ashamed when it falls?
No, it just gets up and tries again.
Does anyone watch the baby fall and say, wow, that baby is so bad at walking?
No. Everyone watches and says, keep going, you can do it.
Exactly. When you make a mistake in English, you are like that baby. You are learning. Every mistake is a step forward, not a step back.
I like that picture. A mistake is a step forward.
When you say the wrong word and someone corrects you, you will never forget the correct word. The mistake teaches you better than any textbook.
So, the fix for waiting to be ready?
Start before you are ready. Speak now. Make mistakes now. Learn faster.
Simple, but powerful.
Okay, reason number 3. And this one is a little surprising.
Ooh, I like surprising. What is it?
You are learning English alone. Alone. Is that really a problem? Think about it. Language is communication. Communication needs at least 2 people.
Oh, that makes sense.
If you study English alone every day, you are only training half of the skill,
Which half?
the understanding half. Reading, listening, recognizing words, that is all input.
Input. Like information going into your brain.
Yes, but speaking and writing are information coming out of your brain.
And most learners practice input but not output.
Exactly. They can understand a lot of English, but when it's time to produce English, to say something or write something, they feel lost.
Because they never practice that part.
Think about music. If you want to learn guitar, you can listen to guitar music every day for 1 year.
Okay.
You will understand music better. You will recognize chords. You will hear the difference between good and bad playing.
But you still cannot play.
Because you never practiced playing. You only practiced listening.
So how can English learners practice output without a language partner?
There are simple ways. Write a few sentences in English every evening. Describe your day. 3 sentences is enough.
3 sentences. That's very manageable.
Or listen to a short English podcast and then try to repeat what you heard. Not exactly. Just the main idea in your own words.
Like a summary?
Yes. Or even comment in English on YouTube videos. Like this one.
Very good idea.
When you write that comment, you are practicing output. Real output for a real audience. And maybe someone will reply to you, and that becomes a conversation. Exactly. Small steps toward real communication.
Okay, we have one more reason, and I think this one is the most common.
Yes. Reason number 4. You are not learning the right English.
The right English?
Yes. Many learners spend their time studying formal English. English from textbooks, from grammar rules, from old exercises.
And what is wrong with that?
Nothing is wrong with it. But that English is not what people actually say in real life.
Give me an example.
Okay. In a textbook, you might learn the sentence, "Would you be so kind as to pass me the salt?"
I have never heard anyone say that in real life.
Never. In real life, someone says, "Can you pass the salt?" Or even just, "Salt, please?"
So textbook English and real English are sometimes very different.
Very different. And when learners go from the textbook world into the real world, they feel confused because people don't speak like textbooks.
People use short sentences, informal words, they cut words, they speak fast.
Yes. Gonna instead of going to, wanna instead of want to, kinda instead of kind of.
These are things you almost never see in a grammar book.
But you hear them every single day in movies, podcasts, conversations.
So, what is the fix?
Listen to real English as much as possible. Podcasts like this one, movies and series, YouTube videos by native speakers, real conversations between real people.
Not just textbooks and grammar exercises.
Textbooks can teach you the base, but real English content teaches you the language people actually use.
That's an important difference. The base and the real thing.
Exactly. Like learning to cook. You can read a recipe book. That's good. But you also need to stand in the kitchen, touch the food, smell it, taste it.
You need the real experience.
Yes. Real English content is your kitchen. Spend time there.
I love that picture. Okay, I think it's time for our word tour.
Yes, let's do it. These are the important words from today, the ones you should keep.
First word, stuck. Stuck means you cannot move forward, like your foot is deep in mud.
For example, I have been learning English for 2 years, but I still feel stuck. Or I don't want to feel stuck at the same level forever.
Next word, freeze. When you freeze, you stop completely. Your body or your mind stops working, usually because of stress or surprise.
For example, I always freeze when someone speaks English too fast. Or she froze when the teacher asked her a question.
Then we have translate. To translate means to change words from one language to another.
For example, I still translate in my head from my language to English. Or the goal is to think in English, not translate. We also talked about input and output. Input is information going into your brain. Listening and reading are input. Output is information coming out of your brain. Speaking and writing are output.
For example, I have a lot of input, but I need more output practice. Or writing in English every day helps my output. And one more word, manageable. Manageable means something is not too big, not too difficult. You can handle it.
For example, 3 sentences a day feels manageable. Or start with a manageable goal so you don't give up. If you didn't catch every word, that's okay. Go back and listen to this section again. Take your time. And here is a small challenge for you. Choose one of these words and write your own sentence in the comments. Any sentence. Short is fine.
It doesn't have to be perfect. Just try.
That one small action will do more for your English than reading 10 grammar pages.
Okay, let's recap everything from today so you can remember it easily.
Reason 1. You are studying English but not using it. The fix? Use English for 5 minutes every day. Talk, record, describe, anything.
Reason 2. You are waiting to feel ready. The fix? Start before you are ready. Make mistakes. They are steps forward, not steps back.
Reason 3. You are learning alone and only practicing input. The fix? Practice output too. Write, speak, comment. Even 3 sentences a day helps.
Reason 4. You are learning the wrong English. The fix? Listen to real English every day. Podcasts, movies, real conversations.
And here is the most important thing we want to say before we finish.
You are not stuck because you are bad at English.
You are stuck because nobody showed you the right way.
Now you know. And knowing is the first step.
The second step is to do something small today. Not tomorrow, today.
So here's our question for you. Which of these 4 reasons felt most like you?
Write it in the comments. Reason 1, 2, 3, or 4. And if you want, tell us a little about your story.
We read every comment. And your answer might help another learner who feels the same way.
If this episode helped you, please subscribe and share it with one friend who is learning English.
One share from you could change someone's English journey.
And next week, we are going to talk about something that surprises many people. How to understand fast English speakers without asking them to repeat.
That one is very practical. You don't want to miss it.
Until next time, keep going. Small steps every day.
You are doing better than you think.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Take care.